Oh my goodness, that's so much better. Apparently I was recording an ancient version of Visual Boy Advance I had sitting around on my computer. Whoopsie daisies. Anyway, this is Tanara Kuranov, your friendly neighborhood gamer mouse, who is apparently also an idiot. Okay, so we're doing Advance Wars 2 because I just want to do something for the heck of it. This was probably one of the first strategy games, if not the first strategy game, turn-based strategy, I should say, that I laid my eyes on as a wee little lad on someone else's Game Boy Advance, because I didn't really own those sorts of things back then. It was all PC stuff, and this kind of made me jealous of that. Also, I just noticed that Nell's ear is slightly off of her head. That bugs the crap out of me, because I feel like I could very easily fix that. But anyway, I was in the middle of explaining something, and I got distracted by that. Okay. Yes, so I completed some later stuff in the Advance Wars series, Dual Strike and Days of Ruin, but I haven't completed the earlier ones. I know of them, obviously, but I never got around to completing them. So, what we're going to do is we're going to complete Advance Wars 2 for some childhood memory closure here. So this means I'm not new to Advance Wars, but I am at least new to this game. Sort of. I know what the beginning of it is like. I don't know what the later bits are like. So, we're gonna play this to have some fun and get my mind off some stuff. Ready? Let's go! Alrighty. Macroland, where the Black Hole Army's iron fist has crushed all opposition. Elsewhere, their grip is tightening. I don't have a very good dramatic voice, do I? Only I could get lazy game reviews on for this sort of thing. If only I had a voice half as glorious as that. Hawk, come to me. By your command, my Lord Stern. How goes the Macroland invasion? Excellent, my lord. The other COs have just completed their operations. Our objective is clear, is it not? To establish a base of black hole operations here on Wars World. Yes. Recently, I instigated a great conflict between the countries here. I sought to conquer them all amidst the unrest. I failed. I'm imagining a Darth Vader voice here, but Bane could work too. I don't know. I sought to conquer them all amidst the unrest. I failed. I don't know. I don't have a great Bane voice. Anyway, that was in Cosmoland, was it not, my lord? I will not make the same mistakes again. This time I will have a base and invade at my leisure. I don't think war works that way. I don't think you can just invade at your leisure. But, whatever. It's Advance Wars. It's not the weirdest thing that's happened. To that end, I need materials and money. Do not worry, my lord. The COs have been given their orders. They will transport all that you desire from the lands they seize. Do not fail me. Never, my lord. It sounds slightly British when I'm doing Hawk's voice. I don't know. And now we start as Orange Star, i.e. America, i.e. we're not going to call this the Red Star Army outside of Japan, because you know exactly why we're not going to do that. Hey Sammy, Nell said you needed to see us. Ah, Andy, Max, thanks for coming so quickly. You're not going to believe this, but the Black Hole Army's back. Well, the game is called Advance War 2 Black Hole Rising, so I kind of expected it. It's in the title. You've got to be kidding. Didn't they learn their lesson the last time? I guess not. Let's go get them. Where are they? Slow down, Andy. The enemy's not here in Cosmoland. Cosmoland? Well, let's hope there's not a Wanda Land. That was the best joke I could come up with that. I am retarded. Okay. Huh? Well, where are they? In our world, in War's world, there are several continents, right? Really? Continents? And this is something you're gonna learn about Andy real quick. He's kinda retarded. Like, more than me. He acts as the player XP so that they can kind of give a tutorial without speaking directly to the player, which they kind of did in Advance Wars 1, so I don't know why they still made Andy kind of retarded. But you had your own character in 1. Maybe we'll get to that at some point, but they scrapped that for the rest of the games. Anyway, Andy is the source of a lot of stupid lines in this game. In the first game, I distinctly recall him asking what an airport is. So, yeah. You twerp, you don't know anything, do you? Hey, you're not calling me dumb, are you? Yeah, we kind of are, Andy. Sorry. I'm just saying the people who don't know anything don't know nothing. Knock it off, you two. This is neither the time nor the place for that. According to Nell, Macroland is the focus of the conflict, but they've been spotted in other countries too, including here in Orange Star. And Blue Moon and Yellow Comet? Yep, and Green Earth as well. I remember the countries being very differently shaped in Advance Wars 1. Do they just, like, reshape their borders at whim, or do these countries have multiple properties in, like, different continents or something that they're relegated to? Is there some sort of weird peace treaty thing going on I don't know about? Anyway. Wonder if they're mobilizing to push the Black Hole Army back too. Woohoo! It'll be like a family reunion! Yeah, sure, Andy. Andy, this is war. Do you think that's anything to be excited about? No, but we'll get to see everyone again, and that makes me happy. Come on, let's go! Hold on, Andy. Andy, he's gone. Well, we all gotta go sometime, right? At least he's got the right attitude. No sense getting all bummed out before the battle even begins. I don't know why in my head I'm giving him a voice like freaking Jet Black or something like that. Freaking Bo Billingsley or something. It is an anime, so I don't know. It looks like an anime, doesn't it? I mean, come on. You know, it's been so peaceful around here lately. I just know Nellas want to give us all a tutorial, refresher course on basic combat ops. Yeah, Orange Star is basically tutorial land, at least in the easy campaign. It's oh great, just what I wanted. Another boring lecture. Yeah, you said it, Max. God, this is so much smoother. The other one said it was going 60 frames a second, but it didn't look like 60 frames a second. Oh my gosh, just let me enjoy the freaking smoothness of this for a second. Oh my gosh. It's so much better after my botched attempt at this last time. Okay, let's go! Take out Black Hole's troops. Yeah, we're playing as Andy against Flak. This is, Andy's your basic CO. No real strengths, no real weaknesses. Flak is the smash everything with shoddy technique CO. His day-to-day power is basically, hey, my attacks can be much stronger, they can also be much weaker, too. It kinda shoddy slapdash with him, you never really know what you're gonna get. Hey, why aren't the Orange Star lines broken? They're stronger than we had anticipated. I don't want excuses, I want victory! Wish I could do a good soldier voice. Listen here, maggots! More trouble, sir. We have reports of a new Orange Star CO arriving. I feel like there should be like a slightly robotic, unnatural tone to their voice, the Black Hole soldiers. I mean, look at them. What kind of headgear is that? Ugh. Lord Flak, if we continue, we're only going to take more casualties. Nothing else to do. Use the troops they've got left, maggot. This Orange Star CO, what's he like? Clean up. Yep. Okay, so, this is the first tutorial mission, basically. I'll probably end up explaining a lot more than Nell does, though. But we'll get to that. This Black Hole Army is proving to be quite dangerous. You don't say. You were there for the first conflict, I know you were. So, first war, whatever. Commander, we've located the remaining enemy units. We're preparing to launch pursuit. Understood, I'll take it from here. Nell, what's the matter? Are you okay? I'm sure she's fine, Andy. This is the person who can have insane amounts of luck to be able to take down, like, any unit with infantry. But we'll get to that if we ever get to use Nell as, like, a bonus CO in the war room or something. At the very least, I'll show her powers, because using her sometimes feels like cheating. But we'll get to that later. Oh, Andy, sorry for the sudden call. Where are the bad guys? Settle down, I've wiped out most of the enemy. Oh, I was hoping I'd get a chance to show off for you. Don't be foolish, Andy. This is no training exercise. You might be a mechanical wizard, but you still need practice with soldiers. And the UI isn't blinking like it was in the other one. Goodness, that thing. Whatever version of VBA that was, it was a train wreck. It was like VBAM or some old thing like that. Sheesh. Anyway. I don't think you're as combat ready as you'd like to believe. But I'm going to give you instructions as you go, and I want you to listen. She does give instructions, but she doesn't tell you exactly where to move things, so that's good. Your enemies are those black units in the top right corner of the map. Yours are the orange ones. Seriously, like, in Japan it's the Red Star Army, and then we went, oh, whoops. We should probably change that. Which is hilariously ironic to me, because they're basically the America XP of this game. So there are two ways to win most Advanced Wars missions, either route or capture, and a majority of them are probably going to be by route, because a lot of times you'll have factories pumping out units near the HQs, but we'll get to that when we get to that. There are some varying victory conditions in the campaign, but for the most part, it's route or capture. We're not exactly getting into capturing HQs yet. That'll be in future missions. There'll be a future mission that'll introduce that to us. Anyway, right now it's just infantry units, weak direct combat ground units, and an APC. So yeah. So if anyone's played Fire Emblem, you might be seeing some allegories as we go through this, because they're developed by the same company. But if you are into strategy games enough to play Fire Emblem, you probably know this already, so yeah. I might get to Fire Emblem games at some point. But yeah, this is basically, I should be like reading this instead of talking and skipping over it. APCs are your transport supply units. They can resupply units with ammo and gas. It's technically called rations for infantry, but it basically does the same thing. If a unit runs out of gas, it'll stop moving. Or if it's a naval or air unit, it will sink or drop out of the sky and destroy itself. So, yeah. And APCs replenish every type of unit. It's retarded, but that's Advanced Wars for you. APCs can resupply literally anything. Whether that's infantry, or rockets, or a battleship, or a bomber. And your units will block enemy units as well, so you can do absolutely stupid things, like blocking off an infantry and tank charge over a bridge with a fighter. It's very, very stupid, but this is Advanced Wars for you. At least in Fire Emblem, they basically have, like... Don't the flying units fly over people, or do they block them too? That's a good... I should stop trying to talk about things I don't know about, because I haven't played enough Fire Emblem to know the mechanics deeply. I do know that the attack triangles and stuff like that tends to be kinda similar, because Advanced Wars has a lot of that too. But we're not going to see it on this mission, because it's just infantry versus infantry, so... Yeah, it's not Sturm we're facing. If it was, lightning bolts would probably be dropping out of the sky. No, wait, that's different. That's, wrong CO. That's the dual strike CO. Get the impression whoever it is just wants to smash things. Yeah, that's Flak for you. Max is basically just a more reliable Flak. He does well with direct combat. Actually, Flax is just the damage all around, isn't it? Whereas Max is direct combat specialist. It's been a little while. I think Flak is just his damage varies a lot. Your damage varies a little bit in this game anyways. With most COs, it's plus 0 to 10% what it shows when you go to attack something. Which is what this game terms, which is what people have termed a luck value. Because Nell's special is being able to do like 0 to 15, and then her CO powers are to do like absolutely retarded amounts of luck and stuff. So, yeah. Let's see what the attack range on them is. We're probably gonna drop them off right about here, and if I remember correctly, in this game, the computer units don't attack APCs mercilessly like the first game. In the first game, it was silly enough that APCs basically had a secondary purpose, and that was to be bait. Because the computers, for whatever reason, had a fetish for attacking APCs. So like with that damage, 44%, generally, with most COs, that means you're going to do 44 to 54% damage. And with equal powered units, the person who attacks first is generally going to have the upper hand. Now that's a high defense terrain there, but I'm also attacking from high defense terrain, so it's going to be about even. And when I recorded for this last time, I took 7 damage on... or not 7 damage, this infantry had 7 health with the counterattack. That's the power of Flak. His attacks can smash you, or they can freaking glance off of you. It's silly. Oh, you've got to be kidding me with that. Of course, last time I also defeated the freaking infantry with my second attack there, but, yeah. And if I move up there, the other infantry is just going to move into the forest and attack me from the road, so I'm not going to have him charge in there. So, yeah. Ow, please. Well, that hurt. And they decided to join up their units. Okay. So we're gonna move them away so they don't die. Not that I think they're going to die anyway, but just good to be in the habit of doing things like that. That was a good amount. Okay. I think we should be able to finish this day 2 then. Sometimes it'll end up taking me an extra day on this just because of bad luck with the attacks. But there we go, that's the first mission. It was kind of too easy. That's because it's the first mission, Andy. I get a feeling we're in for a whole slew of combat. Yeah, I hope so. It's called Advance Wars. There better be wars in it. Woo! Of course, abroad it's called frickin' Famicom Wars or Nintendo Wars or whatever it is. I can't remember if they changed it from Famicom Wars to Nintendo Wars after it jumped platform. But, abroad it's just Advance Wars because we never got any of the Famicom era ones. I have looked up a lot on this series, so a lot of this stuff I can just recall off the top of my head, which is new to me. A lot of times I don't remember a lot of this stuff from games off the top of my head. Wait, 4 days. Oh, right. It's 2 days to move in and 2 days to combat. I was thinking of the 2 combat days. Whatever. And, okay. Second mission. This is where we start. This is where we switch up and use Sammy, the infantry expert. Sammy's fun to use, if you're in the right situations. Orange Star Force is sighted on the opposite shore, Lord Flack. What? Is that all they got? Ha! Send out the tanks. Tanks are powerful and they move far. Tanks are the best. They are pretty great. Orange Star COs? Ha! I will crush them. Crush them all. Of course, tanks are only good if you use them right, but he does have a point. Tanks are pretty nice. They're decently powerful and they move far. So mission 2, Border Skirmish. Time to show off Sammy's powers here. This was something that Dual Strike didn't do very well. It liked to introduce you to new COs on maps that didn't really show off their strengths. It was kind of dumb. This game is much better about that. Commander, enemy troops have been spotted on the far side of the river. Are you sure? Here in this rural area? What are your orders, ma'am? Should we cease ops and attack? That's affirmative, soldier. We can't allow the enemy a foothold this deep in Orange Star territory. Good assessment, Sammy. That's the tactical sense I expect from a Special Forces commander. Yeah! Just imagine the Metal Gear Solid alert sound effect there. Wing! Now, what are you doing here? Tracking down the COs invading Orange Star, of course. Sammy, can I trust you to take care of this situation? Yes, ma'am. But if you had some advice you could offer, I'd feel much more confident. I'd be happy to, Sammy. I'd be happy to give you another text wall. Aye. Let's move out. Lord Flack, our infantry is reported finding Orange Star properties. What? Enemy cities? Capturing bases is grunt work, maggot. But I was told you need cash to fund the invasion. Listen up. If it ain't nailed down, steal it. Yeah, that is good advice. They all got capture numbers of 20. An infantry with an HP of 10 can reduce the capture number by 10. So that means you can secure a property in 2 days. I guess math's not your strong suit, Flack. If you move or get taken out while captured, you gotta start over again. Got that? Well then, get moving. Black Hole needs cash! 3 exclamation points, maggot. You sound less like soldier, more like the gatekeeper. Black Hole needs cash, maggot! This is just what you're gonna be dealing with this whole Let's Play if you watch this. I'm sorry. Not really. If you watch me, you know what you're getting into with my Let's Plays already. At least I'll be somewhat lively with this one. I'm trying to be more lively with my Let's Plays. And there's lots of text and stuff to snark on in this, so you gotta know the basics of troop deployment. So they covered troop deployment in the first one with Andy, just to make sure that Sammy, the Special Forces commander, didn't look like a retard when dealing with troop movements. Not that I would think that being a Special Forces commander would translate directly to leading an army. One seems a lot more hands-on than the other. Much different scales. I'm thinking about Advance Wars logically again. I really need to stop that. There's some stars, yada yada. Yeah, I kinda covered this already. With the terrain defense. I believe mathematically in this game, each star reduces the damage that you get, the damage that you take by about 10%. So if you were to get attacked and your unit is on the HQ, it would reduce the damage by 40%, if I recall correctly. The game doesn't tell you exact percentages or anything, it's just things I remember. Anyway, Sammy's strong suit is that she has really strong mech and infantry units. And mechs are nice, because they got these handy-dandy little bazookas. They don't have a whole lot of ammo, but basically, this is like a much more fragile tank unit, and slower, for that matter. Meaning that, especially with Sammy, with her very strong infantry units and mech units, we can waltz right up to frickin' tanks and just annihilate them. Like that. And, the other nice thing about Sammy is she captures 1.5 times faster than anybody else. So somebody could come up and attack that infantry now And as long as it still has at least 3 health left, it could finish capturing that city. That's the power of Sammy. So if there's a lot of capturing involved, then yeah. If you use Sammy right, she can be a really powerful CO. And yeah, cities are useful for several reasons. Couple of main reasons. First reason is that friendly cities heal your units when they're resting on them at the end of a turn. At the beginning of the next turn, they'll be healed 2 HP if they're standing on a friendly city. The second reason is that each city provides you with 1,000 unspecified monetary units per turn. It says G, I don't know what that means, the game just calls them funds, so whatever. I don't know what it is. Is it gold? Is that like a carryover from Fire Emblem? I don't know. So yeah, properties are important. You want to capture properties as much as you can for the most part. So we're going to be rid of that tank. And we're going to... That's an indirect combat unit. If you want to make a Fire Emblem allegory, think like the longbows or something, I guess. I think it's the same sort of deal, if I'm remembering my Fire Emblem correctly, in that they can't move and fire on the same turn. At least. I think in Fire Emblem it varies a bit, but... I really need to stop trying to draw Fire Emblem allegories, because I haven't played enough Fire Emblem. But, indirect combat units can't move and fire in the same turn, and they all have their own ranges and damages. Artillery are the cheaper of the bunch. There's artillery and there's rockets. Rockets do more damage and have a longer range, but they also have a bigger range shadow. I believe it's 3 to 5 if I'm remembering right, whereas artillery's 2 to 3. Also, rockets move on tires, which means if you want to try and move them through forests, it's a royal pain in the butt. So... because you can see the movement cost for everything. Even planes have a movement penalty for tires, and forests especially do. So yeah, rocket units can be a pain sometimes, but if you have them in nice positions with a way to resupply them, they can pound enemy units. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Grr, 2 women COs. Good country, I must have it. Oh boy, that's a little weird. Okay. Now the funding isn't really going to come into use much on this mission, because we're not building units. But it does cost funding to repair units, so there's that. Basically it costs the 20% of the unit's cost to repair it, or however much you're repairing at that turn. I don't think there's any COs that have a power to repair more at cities. In Dual Strike, there's somebody who can repair more HP when they're resting. Capturing is something I excel at, yeah. That's basically your shtick. It's our turn. Move any damage. And it's giving me Advance Wars 1 flashbacks with the freaking... It's your turn. Ugh. Numbers of your current funds, 6,000 G, whatever that is. I don't know what that means, but whatever. I'm just gonna assume it's like thousands of dollars or something. I don't frickin' know. I feel confident of victory. Yeah. Let's try and set up shop over here, I guess. And get our artillery into a position to be able to fire when the tanks come along. Because they do have 2 tank units, whereas I have 1, so I want to be not stupid about this. Which is why I positioned the tanks how I did. There's only 1 place it can be attacked from, so... Ow, that hurt my tanks quite a bit, actually. But we can start smashing them up. I probably should have positioned my tank on the city, huh? I should have checked the attack ranges and all that stuff. Speaking of... Okay. I don't really want to destroy that tank unit yet. I probably could, but then it would leave that full tank unit to be able to come in and pound my freaking butt to the ground there. So, I'm gonna leave that thing be at the moment. Unless I do that. Yeah, I still need to get used to how the AI works in this. Whoops! Well, I'm retarded. Okay. Ah. Well, that's gonna be repaired at the beginning of the turn anyway, so whatever. I feel so stupid right now. Yeah, if I positioned the tank unit on the city, I would have had much better defense, and that probably wouldn't have happened. Let this be a lesson. This is the power of defensive terrain. So yeah. Don't be stupid like me! Yeah, it's been a while, so if I do stupid stuff like that, then that's why. Okay, let's try and frickin' not do anything else retarded. I think that means I might take a hit on my technique score, but hopefully it's not anything that's going to affect me too badly. We are going to have to take care of that tank unit before it frickin' repairs itself, though. Pound that infantry into the ground. Still need to salvage this without my tank unit. We could go for an HQ capture, I suppose. Let me just... May as well pound this thing. Yay. Wow, he didn't even move his tanks. Okay, well, they're toast. Maybe we don't have to HQ capture after all. And then we'll move these guys to finish them off. So that'll be quicker than doing an HQ capture anyway. Not bad for a girl. You're the Black Hole CO? You're just a thug. Who do you think? Yap, shut your trap. I'm leaving for now. Next time I'll put you in your place. He escaped, and he was so rude, too. Makes me so angry. You wouldn't like Sammy when she's angry. If I get the chance, I'm gonna run him down. Good lord. I thought that tank units weren't your specialty, but you're gonna run him over anyway. Alright.
Mission complete.
Oh. My technique score wasn't affected. Is it 20% that it starts getting affected, or 10? Or is it different for these tutorial ones? Heh. I'll take it. Whatever. I won't look a gift horse in the mouth here. Anyway, yes. Okay. I will take the S rank. Okay. That was stupid of me to lose the tank unit, though. That really shouldn't have happened. Armies on both sides, an ocean in the middle. Let the hostilities begin. Hi, Max. The direct combat specialist. We'll get to his strengths and weaknesses in a second. Hey, Orange Star dogs, can you hear me, maggots? Lord Flack? The microphone? Shut up! Too complicated! This game. Anyone there? Or are you too scared to face me? What's with the racket? You lonely or something? Look! A gorilla! What did you say? If anyone hears a gorilla, it's you, ape-man. I'm no ape, I'm Flack. Flack? Was that some sort of code name? Listen up, Flack. My name's Max. Can you tell me what you jerks are doing rampaging through our country? Your country? Orange Star belongs to the Black Hole Army now. You complain, you get hurt. Oh, you think so? Give it your best shot. Orange Dawn. Please. God. Just gonna make a Red Dawn reference in here. Yeah. Max, calm down. No. To lose your head is to lose the fight. I taught you that, remember? Yes, but it's just... I understand your anger, Max. No one likes seeing his homeland ravaged. All the more reason to proceed calmly and rationally. Use your head and drive these fiends from our borders. It's Max. How much are you expecting him to use his head other than to bash things with it? I know you're a combat veteran, but medium tanks, battle copters, and transport copters are tough to handle if you're a bit rusty. MD tanks are just big tanks. You deployed copters? Well, it has been a while since I dealt with air units. Mid tanks? Come on, it's a tank. Bigger and stronger, but still a tank. Why do I bother being snarky about that? The game's just gonna do it for me. Okay, I'll give you that one. In the knockdown drag-out world of direct combat, you're the champ. When it comes to firing, air units act the same as ground units. I'll bet your tank expertise makes you handy with B-copters too. Yeah, any direct combat unit, Max will smash things with it. In a head-to-head battle, I can't be beaten. However, indirect combat's another story, isn't it? I'll admit your powers overcome that particular obstacle, though. That obstacle can get in the way a lot with the bigger maps. Direct combat units, who needs them? You can still make it useful with Max, it's just a little trickier. So, as you can see, all his direct combat units are stronger. His indirect combat units are a little weaker, and, well, they don't shoot as far. They're a little range deficient. So, start moving out. Now, copters are nice because they fire missiles at things, which is great against vehicles. B-copter missiles are effective against cruisers, but cruisers are the anti-air... Never mind. We'll prove how broken B-copters are later when we use Sensei, but, yeah. I remember some things from Dual Strike. But they're really nice against tanks. B-copters are wonderful tank-busting units, because tanks can only use the machine guns against them. They can't fire their main cannons on them. Which means we're going to use these B-copters. Yeah, they don't receive defensive cover because they're air units. But what we're going to do is we're going to shoot these B-copters out of the sky so that we have air superiority. That's just going to be priority numero uno here with the B-copters. I'm just going to take them out. Not that they have any place to repair them, so I could let that 2 health B-copter run around if I really wanted to, but I don't really want it to, because it could still attack things like infantry and whatnot with relative impunity. Thought we covered that. Yeah, they talk about pressing the B button to make sure, knowing your weak points is important. Wow, Max, you've come a long way. Didn't think I'd hear you say that. Oh, well, hey, it's about time to show these goons they mean business. We were having a moment there. I need to put a stop to that mushy nonsense. And this is a transport copter, so transport copters are nice. They can't resupply units like APCs, but we're probably going to skip out, actually, no, capturing that city over there would actually prove useful. But then we have enough units, it's probably not an issue. I'm gonna put it over here and I'll think on it. But I think it would be more useful to try and capture the HQ with it, because otherwise it's gonna be a big knockdown drag-out battle between everything. T-copters can't resupply units, but they can fly over anything, so they can be more useful as a pure transport unit. That's all a T-copter is really gonna be. Or, you know, a roadblock if you want to use it as one. But people can still shoot it with machine guns, whereas something like fighters, they can't, so... This Max guy kind of reminds me of me, except I'm me. This should be fun. Yeah, it's definitely time to start tank busting with these things. Those copters are damaged, and they talk about joining units. When you join units, it combines their HP, and if the HP is over 10, you get the extra as funds. I'm just going to explain this in short so I don't have to read all of this. Yeah, we strictly enforce our limit of 10 units in a battalion, just no more than that. It's like over safety regulations if we let it be otherwise, I don't know. Now, the artillery can still end up being kind of useful, because what you can do is you can kind of park it behind the mid-tank there. And I checked the attack ranges, they shouldn't be able to hit it, yeah. So... And the mid-tank and artillery combo should have no problem with the normal tanks. So what I'm gonna do is start busting up the mid-tanks with the attack helicopters. Oof, the machine guns still kind of hurt on them. But you see what I mean. If you see a mid-tank attack a tank unit or another mid-tank unit, the damage is a lot more than it's going to be with those machine guns against copters. B-copters are wonderful tank busters. course, mid-tanks are also freaking tank smashers as well, but they're a lot more expensive. B-copters are relatively cheap, so actually what I can do something like this, and then I can use the mid-tank to hit the full health tank unit. That's probably a little more efficient. Yeah, it's on a road, so it has no defensive cover. But using Max, he's going down. Yeah. And I could probably... That's a little silly, but I could still smack him a little with such a weak mid-tank unit. And I could start smacking up this mid-tank unit as well. Capturing the HQ might be a little silly at this point. Although I could totally move the infantry into one of the cities and start distracting them that way. Then they'll have their attention split even more. And they decided to join the mid-tank units. Actually kind of makes my job easier. I'm gonna continue smashing those middies with my B-copters. Once you see the cost of units, you'll see what I mean by the power of B-copters. I think B-copters are 8,000 and mid-tanks are in the 5-digit range, so... They're very cost-effective as long as you keep them away from anti-air. And we can start smacking up. Anti-air also works really well against infantry. So they could definitely serve a secondary purpose as anti-infantry units, but that's usually not what you're gonna use them for, but if you have them, they do work well for that. It's a little overkill, but yeah. Okay, we could smash this infantry out of the way. And capture that just for the fun of it. Come over here, finish smacking these tanks around. I remember in the first game they'd have these little reactions for when units are attacked. I wonder why they stopped doing that. And this thing's just gonna be completely smashed. There's not so much reactions, you just kind of see their portraits with the health bars up there. And roll in it. I could have just done that in one hit with these guys. That's a little overkill to be using mid-tanks against infantry, but how's that, ape-man? Told you not to mess with me. I said ape-man, but it almost sounds like I said ape-man. Flak is definitely not the ape-man. Ha! Ha! Don't ha me, you just got beaten. This was just a test. Next time is for real. Like I've never heard that before. I'm gonna make you regret ever showing your ugly mug around here. Max, or whatever you said your name was, you're mine. Before this is over, I'll crush you like a bug. So long, maggot. Wait, you dirtbag. Shoot, he got away. Black hole, deplorable characters, all of them. Well, that's generalizing. I mean, it's probably true, because it's a video game, but still. You said it. Oh, there's something else I wanted to talk to you about. After the battle, you see points in a rank displayed, right? Points you can use in battle maps to buy things from Hachi. Ah, yes. And I already explained the frickin' rankings. Or did I, with this recording? I don't know if I did that this recording or last recording.
Mission complete.
That's the problem with doing a retake. You forget what you've explained and what you haven't. Or at least I do, because I'm dumb. Dumb name, tough CO. Flak's not exactly the toughest CO. His attacks are scatter shot, which means they can hurt, but doesn't necessarily mean they're going to. The later COs can do some nasty shit to you. I really need to stop swearing during my Let's Plays. At least reduce it. They could do some nasty things to you. Enemy planes attack from the sea. Okay. Now, speaking of other COs... Hi, Lash. Enemies at sea and on land. Outwit them and capture the HQ. Yeah, let's do that one. According to our intel, it's just a little farther ahead. Sammy, how sure are you about this information's accuracy? It seems odd that Flak would be out here resting his troops. I know, but do you really think Flak's capable of setting a trap? Well, since you put it that way... Well, that's because Flak's not the one doing it. Lash out. Hey, all these terrible puns. You're right, Flak didn't set a trap for you. I did. Flak doesn't have a cunning bone in his body. Who's that? A little girl? Scaring the little girl? A black hole CO, perhaps. Tee, you got it. My name's Lash. Nice to meet you. Would you like to play with me? What do you say, Grandma? I do believe I'm being taunted. Sammy, bring her to me. Alive. Okay. Look at this terrain. I think we'll need some naval units here. Don't say. There's nothing we can do to keep it from the enemy, but if we ignore it, they'll use it to deploy ground unit after ground unit. Jeez, there's only one way for us to proceed. To get to that isle and capture the enemy HQ. I believe this mission also has a time limit, so... And we have high-range transport units. Ah, yes, the lander. The lander can hold any 2 ground units, so... It makes it really nice for maps like this, for instance. I definitely want to get this out of here first, though. Go to sea, it becomes vulnerable to that cruiser, because cruisers are the anti-air of the sea, sort of. They're mostly really good anti-sub units, and that's about it, but... There's another way to keep it safe. I don't know why that had to be separated on 2 screens. Seems like someone messed that up. Cruisers can carry up to 2 B-copters or T-copters. Yes. As luck would have it, you have a cruiser at your command. Wow, what a coinkydink. It's almost like we're in a tutorial mission. Yeah, so we can tuck that into there. We can use this cruiser to knock out the sub, which is also super ultra convenient. And it's in range shadow of the rockets, so I mean, what more could you possibly ask for? Depth charges away! You'd think that's what the cruiser would be using, but missiles are easier to draw, I guess. Okay. So it's a more powerful artillery unit. Sure, that's an easy way to keep things straight. Yeah, rockets run out of ammo more quickly, and they're a bit more fragile, but they have more range and firepower, which will be really nice for keeping that base up there under control, I think. Let's see. Something we might... I need to think of how to proceed with this. Oh, I can hit the rockets from here. Battleships are nice. They have a firing range of 2 to 6 spaces. They're also ridiculously expensive, so... And they only have their uses on certain maps, but the maps that you can have naval units on, they become incredibly useful. 7 days, and this thing has 60 fuel units, so to keep this thing safe from the cruiser, I can probably just submerge this thing. They're kind of the closest thing this game has to a stealth unit. And, let's see. This mech we're probably going to want somewhere where the transport copter will be able to pick them up relatively easily. The one that's sitting on this cruiser. We're going to load the tank units onto the lander. Can these things attack? No, it can't attack the lander, so I could probably just move this up basically no problem. The missiles are so weak, even if it does hit, it's not really gonna... Not missiles, rockets. There's a difference. There is a difference. And we're going to drop the tanks off over there and get rid of the anti-air before we assault the HQ over there. Luckily, this is Sammy we're talking about, so HQ capture is not exactly a problem. Oh, I almost forgot. I have something to tell you. Didn't lead you all the way out here for nothing. On day 7, Flack's bringing his troops, so we're gonna pinch you like a bug. Yeah. So basically, once you hit that point, that's a surprise. Black Hole CO has a brain. Yeah, you gotta... This is a very quick mission, so... We could shoot the land. I wonder if I could shoot the lander straight up to the HQ and just block it off with tanks. Okay, something we're definitely going to do here is we are going to park this rocket unit within range of there so that any units that come out of there we can pound into the ground, so... And we can get rid of these subs while we're at it. And we can offload the tanks here. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Okay. I unloaded the transport copter on a place where the frickin' mech can't go. You see how I'm playing Advance Wars? Don't play Advance Wars like me. God, I'm an idiot. Okay. The rest of this is planned out relatively well, I think, but, yeah. Okay. Oh, they're still futilely shooting rockets over there. I kind of wanted to block off the road over there, but, Let's get rid of this cruiser so we don't have to worry about that anti-air. And start getting rid of that anti-air so I can actually do some HQ capture or something. I'm not sure if this mission's possible by route or not. Also, Lash is kind of nasty. Speaking of, COs that can do nasty things to you. Lash, her terrain bonuses also increase her attack. So, yeah, it's kind of nasty. I think I could unsubmerge this sub. There's nothing that can even attack it anymore besides those rockets. What does Sammy's normal CO power do? Movement bonus, attack strength increase for infantry and mech. Okay. I'll see if I end up using that or not. Usually I'm just concerned with the super CO power, which is basically insta-capture anything. And I think it's an increased movement of 2 spaces, so... yeah, Sammy can do things like, insta-HQ capture. Yeah. Wow, those anti-air are wrecking my tanks, what the hell? That's retarded. No, that doesn't look full to me. And basically, your CO power meter replenishes some when you're attacking, and replenishes more when you're being attacked. It's kinda meant to try and balance things out, and each CO has a normal and super CO power. Some of which I explained with Sammy here. I'm gonna try and get these anti-air away already. And we'll drop off the mech units right here, so if the anti-air wants to attack them, they'll have to step off the HQ. Okay. Now the tanks are kind of making a roadblock to the HQ. And I can take out the other anti-air unit with my rockets anyway. Woohoo! Die! Okay, let's move people up a bit. I can't believe I'm assaulting the freaking factory there. I'm actually doing a lot with that. I could almost win this by route if I really wanted to, but that would probably result in more loss of units. Oh no. She has a super CO power, which is going to double all her terrain stars. Lash is a pain to dig out of anywhere with that power. It's going to make that anti-air all the more frustrating. Yeah, double terrain stars is nothing to sneeze at. However, I think I should still be able to dig her freaking units out of there. Yeah, there we go. That could have gone worse. Excuse me. And we can start capturing this. Yeah, buddy. I don't want to fire on them. Then maybe. Firing on anything in cities and HQs while Lash's super CO power is active is kind of suicide. Okay. I may activate the normal CO power next turn just to have some extra attack for my infantry there. Just see if we can just see if we can't smash a few. Black's troops arrive tomorrow. Yeah. It's just 2 days left. Let's just use it, because we may as well. Besides, the theme's nice. We'll just try and smash some units for funsies and score before the day's over, because we're going to capture the HQ. We've won, essentially. We're just having some nice black hole collateral damage before we go. Woohoo! Alright, Lash. Checkmate. Came through somehow. Yeah. I'd like to talk to our energetic little friend again. Yeah. This isn't that brat. This is... It's a dummy. Escaped unbelievable. She played us like a pair of fools. Flak's troops are closing in. Let's get out of here. Well, we pretty much have the factory now. I'm sure we'd be fine. Whatever. S rank. She's going to be a handful. Yeah. Yeah, she is. Lash can definitely be a handful. And save. Enemy cannons. I believe that's a mission with some alternate objectives. I think you have to destroy something in particular rather than the normal capture route objectives. But let's do this one. We'll do this and then we'll maybe split this into another part? Yeah. Lord Flack, troop deployment is complete. Oh gosh, my throat's kind of sore. Yeah, maybe I should save the rest of this another part for later. Look what we have here. Max's boys. I'm gonna enjoy this. Sir, the unauthorized use of troops for personal vendettas is what, Worm? I'm not gonna let Max get away with what he did. As long as I win, who cares about rules? Now get out of here. Understood. Flak attack. Max, it's an attack. It's a Max attack. No, wait, it's a flak attack. One of those things. What? Battlecopters, bombers. Coming with an air assault, huh? This doesn't look good. My troops are still recovering, and I don't think they're ready. Infantry versus planes isn't the best matchup to begin with. Leave it to me. I'll bring those birds down. I'll come with you. I can at least offer some advice. Together we can get through this. So Sammy's gonna be our tutorial gremlin here. Alright. Oh, hi, missiles. Pretty much one of the most useless units in the game. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! I love direct combat. I'm sorry, Max. These are missiles, indirect, yeah. Yeah, especially since we're using Max, missiles are even more useless. I'll explain in a second why I'm saying they're useless. On paper, they seem great. They're a indirect combat unit, which at full health can one-shot literally any air unit. That sounds great. Their normal attack range is 3 to 5, like rockets, and any air unit has a ridiculous movement range, so it makes missiles sort of useless. Except for one thing. If you can park it in range of an enemy airport, then it becomes useful, but that's really about it. They park a B-copter over here just to show you what frickin' missiles can do. Which can wreck air units. But anti-air tends to do that fairly well too, and they're cheaper, so... And we can start moving in up here, and... And we're explaining rockets again. I think we had that explained in the last mission, didn't we? Yeah, I can just move my infantry up some. And B-copters can't fire on fighters or bombers. Anti-air can, obviously. I don't want to put it in range of the fighters, though, because the fighters will take this stuff out basically instantly. Which means they might just end up taking out the B-copter. I'm just going to make a defensive wall of anti-air here. I should have parked that within range of that infantry. I could fly them over to the HQ or something. Sometimes I really wish you could undo moves once you finalize them in the same turn, but, yeah. I'm just told we're authorized to use either bombers or fighters. Who needs authorization? They were just sitting there! Lord Flack, we don't have many soldiers trained to use them. Trained? I'll train them myself. These bombers, they are not indirect combat units. They behave like direct combat units. You park them next to a unit and you bomb them. They're good against ground units. They're even good on mid-tanks. They're also good against anti-air if you attack first, but they can't fire on other air units. They're bombers. They bomb. Yeah, he says indirect combat units, which is silly. They're not. They're direct combat. This here's a fighter. It can attack other air units. This is basically an air-only direct combat unit. And they burn 2 units of fuel passively per day. Yeah, I explained this earlier. If air units run out of fuel, they crash. Oh, I'm gonna start bombing my... Ah, dear. Okay. Ah, they're in range shadow of my frickin' missile unit, aren't they? They would be. Damn it all. Well, there's some stuff that isn't, though. Pretty sure. Yeah, we got some B-copters in missile range. So, goodbye! I guess I did get one more use out of this frickin' thing after all. We covered this in a city we captured. Ah, yes, the lab maps. They're hidden missions in each country, I believe. We're researching this new weapon development. Yeah, this is where you get neo-tanks and stuff like that, I believe. Not completely sure. They're hidden and all. Because I remember neo-tanks from Dual Strike. And that they mentioned that they were previously a black hole invention, so I think you get neo-tanks in this game as well. It'd be nice if I could get to those fighters, but because that fighter is going to shoot down some of my air units. If I... But I want to get rid of this crap first, or at least neuter them to the point of ineffectiveness. Yeah, anti-air against B-copters destroys them, no matter who you are. I guess Max, the problem's just exacerbated because direct combat boost and all, so... yeah. I don't know why I was thinking about frickin' capturing the HQ. Oh boy, here we go. His superpower basically increases the damage ranges, though. It can do ridiculous amounts of damage with his attacks, but it can also end up lower. It's probably not going to help these B-copters any, though. No. They're gone. That did nothing. Yeah. It's easy for air units to get in the range shadow of missiles. Which is why I firmly believe missiles are pretty useless. However, we get to smash through everything. Woo! And unlike Flax Power, this is consistently strong, so frickin' eat dicks, black hole. Woo! Woohoo! Although it's direct combat boost, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to use my indirects. Hooah! And this is with the slight defense boost that a CO power gives you, that the CO Super CO powers give you anyway. So Flak's got a little bit of a defense boost right now, but our attack boost is definitely canceling it out, and then some. Ah, didn't take him out. Darn it. It had a chance to, so... Gonna make a freaking wall around this fighter so it can't run off and protract this crap. Yeah, the fighter literally can't go anywhere because ground units block air units. I'm doing the reverse trick with the fighter blocking a bunch of ground units. Instead we got a bunch of ground units blocking a fighter. So yeah! That's Advance Wars for you! Is this desperately trying to get the heck out of there? No, you're going down. Screw you. You're not running away to freaking protract this. You are going down, buddy boy. Actually, I'm very confused. We found a black hole lab map, but it was in a neutral city. What's the intel for a black hole lab doing in a neutral city anyway? How's that, Sammy? Not a scratch anywhere, except for that one B-copter battalion, but... My troops eat this stuff for breakfast. Grr, blast! Yo, Flak, you had enough? Just give it up already. Don't start mouthing off just because you won here today. What? No one can stop the black hole invasion. You'll see, one day you and your girlfriend will be begging for mercy. I'll retreat for now, but we'll meet again. So long. Girlfriend? Who does he think he is? I know that feeling. Who's your girlfriend there? I mean, I appreciate your optimism, but I don't have one of those. Black hole goons, not an ounce of decency in any of them. Yeah, but they're never gonna take Orange Star, not while we're here. Sammy Max, are you alright? The battle, it's finished. Hey there, Nell, you're just in time to join the celebration.
Mission complete.
I don't know what voices I'm going for with any of these characters. Just enjoy the stupidness, I guess. As long as I'm here, Orange Star is safe. As are my freaking biceps that are bigger than my freaking head. Seriously, I think Max is probably on steroids. Got the enemy cannons, and we have the lab. Maybe we should do the lab first, because if I recall, they give you interesting units. So... and I think you can build units on that mission. So, we're gonna do the lab mission first. Lord Flak, the Orange Star Army. What? How did they find us here? I don't know, sir. Maybe a map fell into their hands. Grr, why do we have maps of these labs anyway? How long will it take to erase all of the weapon data? 10... No, we should be able to do it if we have 7 days. Gosh, that is a crap ton of data. If it takes you 7 days to securely delete that, frickin' just 7 past that crap. It shouldn't be that difficult. Well, get started. Don't let them get that intel. Test of time. You know, if it was like 7 hours and each turn was an hour instead of days, a lot of things in these games would make a lot more sense. But these units must represent like a lot more units than they're showing on screen though, because it seems to be like a whole day's worth of combat that's represented in a turn. Yeah, it's a black hole lab with fog of war. Yay. Shouldn't this be Sammy's mission? Yeah, it should be. It'd be nice anyway. No can do, Eddie. I'm still gathering my troops. The last battle left me with a shortage of combat-ready soldiers. But to be honest, I'd love to try and infiltrate their base by myself. Frickin' Metal Gear Sammy. Metal Gear Sammy, twin COs. Oh wait, that's Dual Strike. Do you honestly think I would approve such recklessness? I don't know. Worked for frickin' Outer Haven or whatever. It's okay, Sammy. Helping each other is what we're all about. My troops are fresh and itching to go. We're in fog of war, so let's exercise caution. Fog of war? That's where you can't see very far, right? Unless you're frickin'... What's her face? Dang, I can't remember her name. I feel retarded. Sonya. Yes. It's tough fighting in this gunk. Gunk? So is it like some like corporeal thick substance everywhere? Is it like thick like Britain fog or what? Just takes a little getting used to is all. And every unit has a vision range. Someone might have seen that earlier. When I was looking through unit information earlier. This is what it's for. Yep, recon units are most handy in Fog of War. They still make cheap, armored units that can fight against infantry and mech just fine, as long as they attack first in the case of mech. But, yeah. Recon units are most useful in Fog of War because they have a vision range of 5. This battling in Fog of War is like a big game of hide and seek. Sure. And I was like, you know, Eddie, you're right. It is. And if you hit an enemy unit in your movement path, you'll stop movement and that unit will end its turn. You can also do something called sweeping with this, which is kind of cheap, but it's a way to find units. Like when you do movement and you hit A and it moves there, you can still back out of it. You can do that multiple times in Fog of War and see if you hit anything. And in fact, the first game I think actively encourages this technique. Yeah. But it also uses up fuel when you do that, and you don't get it back if you cancel a move in Fog of War, so there's that. And infantry are also useful in Fog of War, because you can go to a mountain and see a lot farther. And, speaking of vision ranges, let's see here. I'm just trying to figure out what to do, because I know I've done this mission. I got this far in the game when I played it, but I also... don't remember exactly where everything is. There we go. I do remember they hide some units off in these woods and these woods, I think. if I'm remembering correctly. Okay. And we have 7 days to go over there and capture the research lab, which is essentially their HQ for this mission. Except without the 4-star defense. New tank designs are currently being researched here. Oh, that's right. I remember how it works with this game. You have to unlock the Neo tank with each individual country. You don't have a whole bunch of different designs in the labs like you do in Dual Strike. They had enough new units in Dual Strike where each lab actually unlocked an entirely new unit, which was kind of neat. Some of them are kind of useless, but... well, they hit the infantry up in the mountains, but mountains provide so much defense that it isn't too bad. Ow. I'd rather not have my recon get destroyed on this mission, though. So soldiers out reconnoitering the field. Yep, there's an indirect combat unit hiding in one of the 3 woods at the top of the map. Might be able to just avoid the top of the map. In addition to woods, there's one other terrain type that conceals units until you're next to it. Reefs. Yeah, there's a lander there or some other naval unit there that's useless to this mission, basically. Which is silly, but... Okay, let's hit the freaking anti-air over there. Also, you notice that little minus marker. It means there may or may not be a unit in that APC. Fog of War doesn't tell you these things. Obviously. Now, I know the biggest range of an indirect combat unit is 3 to 5 spaces. I don't remember which woods that's in, but that means you can go out to here on the bridge and we should still be fine, so... Yeah, so I'm gonna move stuff out there. The sooner we get over there, the better, anyway. Could just pelt the freaking recons, but... And the APC's in range of my mech now, so... Boy! Dick. Well, you know that thing's going to die. Some of the woods near the lab is another indirect combat unit. Yeah. So we're gonna send the tank forward. There's the rocket unit. Can't move the mid-tank within range shadow of it yet, but... Dang it. Okay, we're gonna get rid of the recon. I can't remember if Advance Wars 2 cheats on the Fog of War or not, if the enemy just knows where you are just because it can. I know Dual Strike actually has non-cheaty AI when it comes to Fog of War, so knocking out the recon units is very valuable. And I also remember the first Advance Wars cheats like a freaking... It's a real jerk about it. And also I could just do this, hoity hoity hoity. Yeah, that's just silly. But, okay. Anyway. What was I saying? Something about how I didn't know if the AI cheats in Fog of War 2 or not. That's what I was saying. Okay. Okay. And let's get rid of those rockets. Yeah. There we go. Now the, lab area should be safe for the mech. And we can continue plinking away this APC for no reason. Well, no reason other than that power score, I guess. Well, I think the only other units we haven't taken care of are the indirect on the north of the map and whatever's in the reef, so... Which there isn't really any need to do, because I think we've essentially won by this point. Yeah. I think we got this. Yeah. We should be good to go. Oh. I probably shouldn't even bother looking for that last thing. Just, leave this the way it is and just capture. Yeah. Lord Flack, the new weapons plans have been stolen. Assemble everyone in the factory. The factory, yes sir. Blast. Alright, we've shut down the enemy lab. Excellent work in spite of the difficult conditions. These plans we should be able to develop neo-tanks or... Oh, she just knows. Not... Oh, what are these? Oh, they're neo-tanks. I think we'll have more intel on them by the time you deploy them. Anyway, congratulations. This was a great victory. Alright. Woohoo! Let's have a barbecue! Yeah, this is definitely the American XP. Could you tell? 300 points. Can't wait to try out a neo-tank. Yeah. Yeah, I think we only have like 2 more missions in Orange Star, i.e. Tutorial Land. Although I think they're giving us slightly more leeway and giving us enough rope to hang ourselves with, so... Not very much, but it's there. Like, those timed missions can be a pain if you don't think it out a little bit. Remember way back when, I think I failed on the, Lash Out and other such things, like the, lab mission there. I know that sounds stupid, but keep in mind I was a very young child. Flack! Flack! Please. The black cannon's ready to go! Got it. Thanks, Slash. Now I'll smash him good. Don't forget, you promised to be a guinea pig in my next experiment. Yeah, I remember. Well, I'm off. Toodles! Have fun! Oh yeah, almost forgot. Hawk said to hurry and conquer Orange Star. Hawk said, crush. I gotta crush him here. I have to crush them all. Gotta crush them all, Orange Star. So, if you were to crush Orange Star, would that be Orange Crush? Oh, I'm gonna stop now. Pardon me, ma'am. Commander Andy's arrived. Thank you, send him in. Hey, Nell, how are things looking? That's what concerns me. Do you see that giant cannon? Whoa, it's huge. I've never seen anything like it. A cannon that size is a first for me, too. And clearly you haven't seen any of the stuff that Hitler dreamed up in World War II. Big giant train cannons and crap. At least this thing's stationary and is, like, cemented into a building, so you probably could make the thing freaking huge. Black Hole Army seems much more of a threat than last time. It's too bad we couldn't just, you know, sneak up air units behind it or something. You got that right. Now let me take care of this. Yeah, I would like Max for his direct combat to smash that thing. But, indirect combat units work against it too. What are you doing here? Come on, Nell, this job's too much for Andy. Need someone with my strength to take out that cannon. That's not very nice. Hey, I can do this. Knock it off, Andy. War isn't a game. You'll just get hurt. Max, I have faith in Andy. Even if he's not as powerful as you are, he can do things no one else can. Not really. He's kind of the run-of-the-mill CO. Granted, his powers can be nice in the right situation. Don't come crying to me if he gets hurt. Yo, Andy, you sure you're up for this? You know it. Sit back and watch, Max. Hey, what's up with this? There are hardly any units deployed. Finally, we get to deploy our own units. It's up to you to decide which units you need and where to deploy them. Deploy them? You're gonna have to form units as I go along? That's exactly what I mean. See those two properties next to your HQ? They're deployment properties called bases. Yada yada. Bases, ground units, all that stuff. See, 1,000 per property per day. Your HQ, 2 bases, 3 cities, 6,000 a day. Okay. I see some T-copters, yada. Of course, the enemy can do the same. Yeah, so you want to focus on neutral bases. Like you're thinking, oh, they're sitting on a city, let's just capture that. Probably not the best use of your time. What we want to do is we want to capture that base, definitely. This base is already going to be churning out units, so that's going to be a much more fortified target. We want to try and keep them from getting that base if at all possible. Same with this one. That'll be far enough away that we should be able to beat them to the punch if we go around this way. So the first thing we're probably going to want to build is an APC and infantry. The big question is which way to go. Of course, going around this way is a little tricky because of the black cannon, but we probably don't have to worry about that base anyway, because they'll have to go this way to get it. So if we can keep them from advancing this way, it'll be a two-pronged assault between here and here. So I think we're definitely going to build infantry and an APC to start with. Because the 6,000 is perfect for that, and I'm pretty sure the designers of the level planned that on purpose. And we're going to load into here and head for this base over here, because we definitely want to capture that. It will help immensely. course, I have to check the black cannon range. Fuck. I'm gonna restart this. Try again, right now. Call targets, advice. Oh, they're just covering what I was already describing. You know that base is outside of the cannon's range of fire. Do an APC and load up some infantry. Transfer the soldiers to base near the cannon. It's bold, but it just might work. She was basically describing the strategy I was describing, so, the only reason I can hit start to skip dialogue entirely, but I don't want to do that the first time I see it. Once again, don't be like me. Be smart when you play Advance Wars. Don't be retarded. Otherwise you'll be like me. No one wants that. Okay, so infantry, APC, and we're gonna check the freaking black cannon's range first. Right under that base and diagonally, so we want to go to here then. And that will be out of the range. Okay. That's what I wanted to start with. And we're going to transport up there, build another infantry, and capture the city near the HQ. Because we have time to do that. But we want to get a jump on the other stuff. And not let them have that stuff uncontested. So, is it ready? The cannon? Nope, not yet. It's going to take the rest of the day just getting ready to fight. Oh. Tomorrow's the day. Oh. So it wasn't even going to fire yet. We got some intel on that monstrosity. It's called a black cannon. It's not just a prototype, so it can only fire once every 2 days. It's designed to fire on the strongest unit within range. So the objective is just destroy the black cannon. A lash invention. A powerful cannon with unlimited ammo and a huge range. Yeah. I think it takes half health off of whatever it hits. If I remember correctly. So we're gonna fly the helicopter up here, start capturing this. The city's within range of it, so we're not gonna worry about that. We are gonna start capturing cities, however. And, build some infantry, I think. We'll start capturing that base and we can start building units from there. And we can do a nice two-factor assault. Aim here for the door, yeah. So all we gotta do is smack enough damage into the frickin' black cannon. You can see it has health down there. So once we capture that, we'll probably fly the T-copter over there to this base here and try and capture that too. And then we can easily make units to pound the black cannon from that base over there, like rockets or something like that. Should be easy enough. Also, I can make a tank out of here and give my infantry some cover. And we should have a base and 2 new cities by the end of this day, so... Of course, I could also capture their cities and really seize up their frickin' manufacturing. But my main focus is just on destroying that cannon, so... There we go. Yeah, rockets are... Neo-tanks are really relatively quick and relatively powerful, and that thing says it has treads, and I call baloney on that, because that thing looks like it has wheels on legs with wheels, but whatever, if it wants to say it has treads, I'm not going to complain. Treads are better than tires anyway. It's the main reason that artillery is kind of nice over rockets sometimes. All depends on your terrain. That's another bad thing about missiles. They have tire movement, so just all over the place they're kind of not very good. Anyway. These are saving up, I guess. All they have is infantry right now, so I'm not exactly very worried. Yeah, we're just going to end the turn here, I think. Then we have so much more manufacturing power right now, we really should be fine. They're going to capture some cities, it's just something they're going to do. It's not really anything you have to worry about too much. If you can stop them, do so, but... obviously, but... we'll start flying the infantry over here, and we'll roll out a MIDI, I think. Oh, and I mentioned that Andy's powers could be useful. Basically what he does is he repairs everything. And movement increases by 1 space with hyper upgrade. So yeah, there's that. You can repair basically everything. Like I say, he's a good all-around CO with some powers that can be relatively useful. Nothing real specialized. The specialized COs are the ones that freaking can bend the game over their freaking knee, but yeah. We're just going to protect that infantry with the APC, because it's armored. The infantry really isn't. Besides, we have a mid-tank. We're going to freaking stomp those infantry with it. But yeah, this is the point in the game where you actually sort of have to start trying to be a little bit clever to do anything. I might crank out some more infantry from there. Start pounding theirs. And, we could save money for right now and crank out some other powerful units anyway. Let's do that. Okay. I've been talking a little less just because my throat's kind of sore from it. Silly, but I'm not used to talking for extended periods of time anymore. I should be if I was making stuff more often. And that base is ours. We could start cranking out the good stuff from it. Haha, you are dead. Not a big surprise. And we can start moving infantry up here. Let's just start shooting stuff up here. we're gonna sweep up these infantry that are here. No big deal. And we're all just kind of fighting behind the black cannon's range anyway, so... They start with so little manufacturing power that there's not really a huge amount to worry about. How much income do we have? 10,000. Okay, so we can still make, like, a tank here or something and still have enough to build rockets or something. Or we could just waltz right up to the frickin' black cannon and pound it with the mid-tank we built. That's also a possibility. Because the black cannon can't kill your units. It can damage them, but it can't kill them outright, so... Okay. We'll start trying to weaken their manufacturing. Actually, I wonder if we could get a unit onto their base. Because if we can do that, then we could just halt the freaking process entirely, but... Yeah, we can just halt their manufacturing entirely. Yeah. I don't think you can rout the enemy in this mission. I think you have to destroy the black cannon, but we can essentially make this a cakewalk. Yeah. Now they can't make any more units because we parked a freaking... You don't even have to capture a base to stop them from making units. Just park a unit on top of them. And problem solved. And now we just make rockets. You won't notice here, but recon units have large vision ranges. Yeah, they explain that when you decide to build a recon unit, I guess. That's something. I don't know if the rockets can reach the black cannon from there, or if I have to move them first, but we'll see. Ah, I can reach it directly from there. Neat. I'm just gonna go and blast the APC just for chuckles here. Because why not? And we'll move that off of there and start capturing it just because. Yeah, we've essentially routed Black Hole now. Not how I really expected to take this mission on, but when life gives you lemons, make sweet, delicious lemonade. I'm just gonna do this just to show you what the black cannon does. We may as well, because nothing's gonna be able to kill off that tank unit, so the game's not exactly gonna penalize me for it. So I may as well, just to show. Grenadier tier unit is at full strength, bulk can wipe out infantry with one attack. Yeah, if you're using this against something like Recon, it works pretty well too. Not tanks, though. It kind of sucks against tanks. Yeah, if I... What? It didn't fire. What the heck? I was gonna show off what the black cannon does, but Okay. Never mind then. And yeah, I think we just left freaking Black Hole with no bases. Yeah, no bases, so we're just gonna freaking destroy that black cannon now. Kaboom! Woohoo! I won! I won! Grr, now you've done it, Runt. I'm no Runt. My name's Andy. Name? I didn't ask for your name. Ah, I can't lose any more units. I can't. Sound the retreat. Head back to base and regroup. As long as I'm here, you'll never take Orange Star. Yo, Andy. You okay? Max, how was I? Did you watch the whole thing? Yeah, I watched. That was a little close. No, it wasn't. No, it freaking wasn't. I routed their freaking butts. Hey, those tanks back there. Are those your troops, Max? Those are... Commander Max, you received orders and moved out at once. No one ordered you to broadcast it to the entire world, soldier. What? It's a training exercise. Gotta check those engines every now and then. Jeez. Come on, boys, let's go home. No, I'm really glad to have Max on our side. So he just, what, had his tanks parked? Just in case, I guess. Not that we needed them, sheesh. Basically got a rout victory with that thing. Yeah, we'll have to go on a shopping spree at Hachi's shop soon enough. Now, the final mission, which I might do later. Yeah, you can select an Orange Star CO for this one, which means you can have either Sammy, Max, or Andy for this one. So, Sammy is probably the least useful in this one. Still has her uses for capturing the midway bases and other such things. You can put Sammy to use on this. Max can just smash the pipe seam outright, and Andy's just generally useful all around. But yeah, they all have their uses, so anybody's really viable for this as far as I can recall. Especially since Sammy does have increased movement on her transports, but anybody works for this, really. I remember this mission, you have to smash the friggin' factory pipe seam, and until then the factory just keeps pumping out units. So there's no real way to route them on this. I mean, I suppose you could block up the factory entrances, but... or exits, rather. But, we'll save that to last, and we will see if anyone wants to choose a CO for me to use on this before we move on to the... before we do this mission and move on to the next country. So if anyone wants to see a certain CO, then say so. If not, if I don't get anything, then I will just select one myself, I suppose. And we'll just spend some points in battle maps real quick. And also, Hachi's another bonus CO that's just completely broken. If you use him, you're not being fair. I looked up his powers. It's ridiculous. Maps and COs, Rebound War, and I got all kinds of stuff. Ah, yes, you can use alternate color schemes. I should unlock those. Because why not? And there's the War Room maps, which I will probably do at some point in the future. Anyway. And that's most of the Orange Star campaign, aside from the final mission. So, next time, we'll do that, if anybody chooses CO, and if not, I'll still do it. I'll just choose one myself. Probably challenge myself and go for, like, Sammy or something like that. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway. Until next time, battle on, fair soldiers.